Flipendo, 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 Glacius, Levioso, 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 Protego, 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 Confringo, 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 Bombarda.
You look marvellous. My absolute favourite person in school. Always a pleasure, and a delight to see you. You're looking well, as usual. Hello, my dear friend. How goes it? Hello there. Greetings. Hello.
I bet Durmstrang students don't have to put up with this kind of stupidity. Haven't we enough chaos without Peeves? Appalling behaviour. If you singe my robes, Peeves. Pleasant bit of magic, isn't it? I wonder how it all works. Goodness, it's the headmaster. Watch yourself, it's the headmaster. Don't press your luck. Useless aim. You think this is funny? Perhaps you might set me down, Moonmind. Put me out. Oh, my clothes. My lips won't move. This is not good for my constitution. A bit sharp, isn't it? Do you like that? Ha! I'll do it again. Barely felt a thing. You call that an attack? A mere tickle. Nice use of foliage. Keep your plants off me. Oh, my ears. Oh, I can't take it anymore. I pulled weeds bigger than you. Charming. Why, you cheeky little charm grinder. I'm all right. In your own time. Would you mind putting me back down? Oh, what's happening? No! Professor Garlic would not approve of this. Next time it shrieks, I shall bake the thing. Ugh, it's the choir of death. Not bad. I'd take flying over walking any day. Isn't a broom good enough? Oh, I'm just out and about riding a grap horn. Mind that it doesn't drop you. Riding a hippogriff's all well and good till it throws you. Archie Bickle's in fine fettle thanks to you. You showed Rookwood, didn't you? Got that hippogriff free. Abril's out of Rookwood hands thanks to you. The Dementors can have Rookwood now. Well done. When is Sebastian going to learn to stay away from the restricted section? He deserves attention. And Sallow hasn't been to school in ages. Poor girl. Striking up a friendship with Gaunt, are we? Nice of you to dress up. So, I know the race never happened, but nice one. Why would you want to spend so much time with Fig? Do you feel sorry for him? Professor Fig was a good teacher, though I'm not quite sure what he taught. No goblin army could ever tear these walls down. Hey! Woo! Woo! Hey! Hey! Woo! Woo! Hey! Hey! Yeah! Oh! You make it so tempting. How many times have we done this now? Too many to count. You really need to keep your guard up. Well, only one way to learn: experience. What are you doing? Are you mad? I wonder where they're from. Oh, nothing yet. What do you think mermaids look like? I really hope we get to see, or at least hear one today. Do you think they're hiding from us? Oh, there goes my wager. That reminds me. Did Scribner say we could borrow the book overnight? Or that we'd get detention if we had it out overnight? I'm still struggling with antidotes. Startling to me that so many of them use mandrakes. I'll be sure never to go into that line of work. It all baffles me. Take Moonstone. Whoever came up with using Moonstone in a potion? Obviously Hogwarts is the best wizarding school in the world. Everybody knows that. Of course we're going to be the best at magic. The people I feel sorry for are the ones who don't receive any owls. Poor things. Have you seen their little faces at the table? If anyone needs help with an essay or assignment, I don't mind lending a hand. I wrote 2 inches for bins yesterday while I was eating my lunch. My great aunt was a Hufflepuff. She says it's the best common room on account of it being so quiet. Compared to the others, I mean. People are always fussing about in my common room. Someone was trying to come up with some sort of pepper hex the other day. That poor first year trying to get into the Gryffindor common room. I swear the fat lady was having them on. Poor thing had to wait till next day. My father said he used to hide his schoolwork under his bed. I like to keep a bit of Wiggenweld potion under my bed. Not naming names, but someone's bought a few too many tricks from Zonko's. I'd been collecting Chispurple fangs the entire term. Then I thought I'd be clever and simply keep a few Chispurples. Try working with a wand that's been passed down from 3 unruly sisters. I'm uncomfortable with the size of my legs. Well, you were asking the other day, so I'm telling you. Well, my father naturally assumed I'd be a strong seeker just like him. I say thank Merlin Quidditch was cancelled. I took my copy of 1000 Magical Herbs and Fungi to Herbology and I left it in the greenhouse by the mandrake seedlings. Sharp was horrified I didn't have it for his class, Said I need to get my priorities straight. Why won't she just let us use gillyweed? What's the point of even learning about herbology if we can't get ourselves into some trouble with gillyweed? If I haven't personally met a mermaid by the end of term, I can tell you I shan't be happy. Any of you know where I can find some leaping toadstools? Did you get your bitterroot from Pippin's, or did you pick it yourself? I'm desperately in need of some. Parry Pippin certainly steered me right with that wound cleaning potion. His potion shop's better than you'd find in London, I reckon. I find if I try to look attentive in potions, it seems to keep Sharp off my back. It works quite well unless he asks me a question, and then it's not really a good plan at all. Overall, I probably wouldn't recommend it. I heard some chatter near the girls' lavatory about boomslang skin. Do you think they're looking to brew a polyjuice potion? Oh, what if they already brewed one? And Sharp's actually that Hufflepuff girl with the long arms. I suppose I'd be curious about a beautification potion. What? Not for me, Moonmind. For a friend of mine. Don't be stupid. You should hear Shar talking about divination. It's a wonder Onai's ears don't catch a light. What's to say stars know more than cards, I say. I don't mind saying that I find it hard to comprehend that Black has a wife. What sort of witch would take that man's hand in marriage? I suppose, on the other hand, it means there's hope for us lot. How do you look at a rock and say, oh, I think I'll drink that? Those French don't even hold their wands right, so I don't know what they're teaching at Beauxbatons. Almost makes you want to send them one just to give them a thrill. Me, I'm dripping with owls. Where's the brain? Couldn't stop sneezing for hours. Oh! You must know more about Hogwarts than Professor Binns. I'd imagine Howin's impressed with your beast's talents. Is there anywhere in Hogwarts you haven't explored? I thought I was a good duelist, but I wouldn't dare cross you. Professor Shah must be well impressed with your dedication to those astronomy tables. I've never won a broom race in my life. Remind me to never challenge you to an Accio ball competition. You and Natty are quite close, aren't you? You seem to have taken an interest in Poppy. I hope you're keeping Sebastian out of trouble. I'm glad our meet has a friend like you. You've certainly been spending a lot of time with Imelda. Everett is a fine friend to have. Very brave of you to fight for Hogwarts. I heard you got caught up in that Hogsmeade attack. Congratulations on your House Cup win. Duncan owes his reputation to you. Once a coward, always a coward. Just ask Duncan Hobhouse. I'd stay away from the music room. Unless you want to be driven mad by the sound of bells. You didn't have to bring Ferdinand back to the pub. Ugh, wonderful. Ferdinand's back. I never go to the Hogshead, so I'm glad Ferdinand's there now. Now that Ferdinand's at the Hogshead, I have even less reason to go there. Ferdinand was so annoying. He deserved to have his portrait destroyed. Well, I suppose we won't have to listen to Ferdinand anymore. It was brilliant how you defeated Sallow in that duel. It was brilliant how you defeated Sallow in that duel. Where did you and Poppy run off to? What's the harm, I thought? Oh, you've never had a night's sleep like I had when they all ran amok in my bed. Oh, almost got me expelled, that did. Said there was always some student or another in his house who'd want to be copying it. I feel like it'd serve me better planted in a pot. They swell sometimes. My father used to say that I looked part rumpant. It's not funny. Oh! If I transfigure my poor toad into a goblet one more time, I think he's going to insist he stay that way. Professor Howin's going to quiz us on rare water beasts next week. Can't wait to tell her I actually saw a Kelpian island over the summer. Don't know why the common rooms all have secret ways of entering. Who wants to go into someone else's common room anyway? We were sorted for a reason. Someone's parents sent homemade cauldron cakes and they shared them in the common room. Think they mistook salt for sugar, mind you. Half-eaten cakes everywhere for days there were. Our dorm's atrocious. I do wish people would clean up after themselves once in a while. A Bunderman destroyed my homework last night. And it was potions. My side of the dormitory is always spotless. Can't say the same for my housemates. If I didn't know better, I'd say they were raised by trolls. I was distracted by Peeves and ran face first into Adelaide Oaks the other day. Our books went flying. Think it made Peeves' entire week. Sharp caught me making faces behind his back. It was awful, not to mention losing so many house points. I need to get some dragonhide gloves for herbology. I refuse to handle Chinese chomping cabbages with bare hands. Going to harvest some knotgrass from the greenhouses today. Did you know that it's used in polyjuice potion? Think it has something to do with being tied to another person. I'd like to open a shop in Hogsmeade myself one day. Glad Rags could do with some competition. Wonder how Sharp injured his leg. I'd wager it was something to do with his time as an aura. Everyone seems to fear Professor Sharp. Not me. I think the man's brilliant. Only barked at me twice this week for singeing my ropes. This is my sister's first year at Hogwarts. Every time she pretends not to see me in the halls, I cast at her with the trip jinx. This is the first year my siblings and I are all at Hogwarts together. Our poor mother doesn't know what to do with her time, so she knits. Sends us each a new jumper every week. I hadn't met any of my cousins until I came to Hogwarts, and found out we were sorted into the same house. I was trapped on the grand staircase for an hour the other day waiting for it to move. Sharp didn't believe me when I told him why I was late. My friends and I like to spend our evenings watching the sunset from the Quidditch pitch. That's all the pitch is good for this year, sadly. Have you been to the Owlery lately? House elves have fallen a bit behind in cleaning this week. I heard an ex-Auror lives in a hamlet outside of Hogsmeade. Think I'd want a quiet life too after years fighting dark wizards. I'd like to retire to Hogsmeade one day. Open a pub. Bore future Hogwarts pupils with tales of my childhood. Any news about the dragon near Pittapon-Ford? Be enough to make me move, to be honest. I met some of my best friends in flying. Nothing creates a bond like thinking you're all about to die. My brother promised me his old broomstick once he's saved up for a new one. I can't wait. I practiced doing a loop-de-loop on my broom all summer. What a waste of time. I miss going to matches. Cheering everyone on was magnificent fun. And getting to see Isaac Cooper. The Chudley Cannons are going to be unbeatable next season. You just wait and see. It's good Black's children are too young to attend Hogwarts. I'd hate it if my father was headmaster. Professor Weasley must be exhausted doing her job as well as the headmaster's. We're lucky to have her. Professor Black glanced at me the other day in the Great Hall. I spit out my breakfast. Not sure it sent the right message. I used to write to my parents every week. Now I can't remember the last time I sent them an owl. Wonder if they know I'm still alive. Wish I'd brought a pet owl to school. Don't misunderstand, I adore my toad. At least somewhat. Don't suppose you want a toad? Do all of the professors have their own owls? I imagine they must send a lot of letters. Likely to the ministry. So many letters arrive every day, and none of them is ever for me. I rather enjoy Transfiguration myself. The complexity, the precise nature of it. Truly something to be admired. Professor Weasley is a marvellous teacher. Never requires us to write more inches of parchment on a topic than necessary. If I can just stop vanishing my notes when practicing Evanesco, I think I can get an O on my Transfiguration OWL this year. Professor Weasley's already preparing me to take my Transfiguration NEWT. Well, if it isn't Bobsky and Dunkeen. Those were hidden away for a reason. I hear Plumley found some old maps lying about. Thinks there's treasure at Hogwarts. These time trials are as exciting as Imelda said. My father always said I may have to stand up to a troll one day. I never could, though. I used to keep a goblin artifact in my room at home. I should be taking that down now after what Ranrock and his lot have done. Awful. Wish I had your skill. I'm like a drowned billywig at cross ones, I am. Just curious, were you born with a broom? Bet Imelda's livid. Very good form you had at Summoner's Court. Wish I was half as good. I'd spend more time with Natty myself, except I'm a bit afraid of her mother. We'll have to get you a pen the amount of time you're spending with Poppy. Put you in with the Neasels. He's a dark horse, Sebastian. Always feel like he's hiding something. I'd watch out if I were you. Glad you found yourself a good pal. Nice chap I'll meet, always liked him. Bet you're picking up all sorts of flying tips from Imelda. Lucky thing. Mind you don't get into too much trouble with Everett. Expulsion seems to hold no fear with that lad. I hope you're around if trolls ever come about me. You're the one who hung Ferdy back at the Three Broomsticks, aren't you? Probably a good thing, or we'd never hear the end of it. You put Ferdy at the Hogshead, didn't you? Must be his worst nightmare. Ha! You're the one who's left Ferdy without a holiday home. Or frame, I should say. Poor chap must be livid. Oh, you shouldn't be using that sort of magic. You'll get into a lot of trouble for that. I hope you're around the next time I lose the key to my trunk. I can hardly sleep now, thinking what would have become of this school without you. Brave one you are. My father would be so impressed if it was me that had beat Sebastian in that duel. Nice one. Oh, don't do that. That's not necessary. Ha! Heard the bells ringing again. Black must be up in arms. Remind him of his wedding day, apparently. Oh, don't mind me. I see that you don't. Hey! Woo-woo! Woo! Woo!